they've really, really stepped up, especially in rank. Their average rank seed, which is the seeding based on every team's average rank of all 8 players, they are 10th. So by rank, they are possibly the 10th strongest team in the tournament. Which is a big change. Despite only getting 3 new players. Of course, their team being Bado, their rock, their captain, Afterwind, Kamusiala, Christie, Eternum, Maxim Bogdan, Rohulk, and Royley.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at those names, you've seen a lot of them throughout the tournaments this year, and just powerhouses overall. Romania, a force to be reckoned with. I think they're going to be one of the teams that are honestly a top 8 contender this year, without a doubt.
I agree. People are going to look at that team and underestimate it because it's Romania. They've only been to 3 World Cups. This is their 3rd. They can't be that experienced. They can't be that good. They are. They got out of the groups against Poland last year. What does that tell you?
I mean, that in itself pretty much speaks volumes. You know, being the Poland group stage killers, they're going to go pretty damn far this tournament.
And of course, it's a big upgrade in seeding anyway. The qualifiers possibly done them good. They were seed 22 last year. As you said, low seed, almost bottom seed. And they still managed to take 3 points off Australia and 2 off Russia last year.
Yeah, the qualifiers definitely did change things this year. I mean, them placing at 14th, they're looking pretty solid overall as well. There isn't really anything that they're particularly lacking in.
And of course, on the other side, the Japanese team, they are 7th in average rank.
A lot of higher ranked players on that side, and I mean, it's still a solid team despite the seed number.
Very solid indeed. We've got Shiroha My Mommy, A Blue, Dectopia, Katata, Kon Kinakon, Sykes, Varvalian, and Vento. A lot of known names.
Definitely worth mentioning that Shiroha My Mommy is a name change from Delis this year. Bit of a cheeky name change, but it's going to be hard for the commentary. That's for sure.
Oh, you love it, really?
I can't say I'm going to be saying the entire thing every single time there's a miss or something substantial happens, but it's a name. It's definitely a name. But nonetheless, the team...
Really, the power pairing, Doomy and Delis. Of course, now known as Shiroha and Shiroha My Mommy. Must at least make you smile. Come on.
I'm definitely having a bit of a chuckle to myself right now off mic, but nonetheless, Japan is a very solid team overall from what we've seen. Despite their seed coming in at 19th, they are pretty strong overall. They have a really, really solid double time roster this year. They are in the qualifiers, they did fall behind a little bit, but honestly, this team should still be solid overall. They have a lot of players capable of all sorts of things. So another team definitely not worth underestimating. They are also top 8 contenders, I would say. I mean, we've got a lot of teams that could easily make it top 8, and the craziest thing is that this team is in seed number 19. When you're thinking top 8, obviously that in itself is just a big difference. You know, if you're seed 19 but you managed to make it to top 8, they did last year. So
they did last year, coming in at seed 10. So they were a high seed that made it to top 8. And in fact, further than top 8, they made it to top 6.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see if they do make it that far this year. It's going to take a lot of dedication and determination for that one, because they're going to have to get through Romania first.
We're getting in the players joining the lobby. See what warm-ups have been prepared.
I mean, you see Badu writing in chat, Shiraha, my daddy. Now, where's that one gonna be? Who's gonna name change to that one? Are you up for that one, Bubble Man?
Oh
no.
sh slash store. Is it slash store? Let's have a look. pby.sh/store.
Not like this.
Slash
Bubble Man.
listing.
Not to the dark side.
If you go there, you can change your name, but you can also buy a profile banner to show your support for these teams.
Unbelievable. You
Put
really
it on
took
your
that
user
opportunity.
page.
True. The banners are worth getting if you are willing to support your team. And obviously, if you do call the right one, you get it for longer. Can't go wrong with that. So yeah, if you want to show your support for your favorite teams and support the World Cup, by any means, get those banners, get them going.
Of course, it's $2.50, and any proceeds from these banners do go directly to the prize pool. Well worth it.
And as you mentioned with the warm-ups, we are back at it again with some banger songs. This has to be Romania's warm-up.
Oh yeah, it's Chew map.
I don't know if this is Romania's warm-up, honestly. Well, man, this might be Japan's. What are your thoughts on this one? As much as it's a Chiyu map, maybe mapped it for Japan so that they could pick it.
Yeah, there could be some mind games going on. I do actually remember this map. It might have been picked in a warm-up by Romania before last year. Although, who knows? Oh
boy,
wow.
and we're starting it off, even with the background itself, just...
Oh boy.
It tells a story. It tells a story of Romanian warriors in the distance, ready to face off against anyone that gets in their way. And Japan being the first, they are going to witness the wrath of this warm-up.
Something I noticed in the last warm-up as well, spun out. I mean, I suppose it is free mod, but...
I mean, sometimes you just don't want to spin, man.
I suppose.
I know I don't want to spin in warm-up, that's for sure. Why waste your hand and your energy on that? Have you seen how some people spin? It's like anything that's above 450 is just... It's going to be a desk shake, you know?
No, it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, but it definitely will be. There's a lot of force put into some 450 spins, that's for sure. You can't do that naturally, alright?
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Unless you can, in which case, what is wrong with you? It's impossible. When I started the game, I was spinning 280. That's about enough. That's about what spun out is.
What kind of spin are you rocking these days, Bob? You flexing on us?
A 3 something. When I'm not trying. What about you, Kano? How fast can you spin, Kano?
On a good day, I'd say about 460, I think.
Ooh.
But that's on a really good day. On an average day, it's
so
probably
you're
like
speaking from
380.
experience.
Well, my mouse spin used to be insane, but when I switched to tablet, I just like stopped caring. So my hands just kind of, like spaghetti arm that stuff. Kind of like flail my cursor around. I mean, we weren't even talking about the warm-up here, but Romania managed to take that one, and it was kind of expected due to the fact that they obviously have had the opportunity to practice one. But nonetheless, Varvalian getting 768k on that, where did that come from?
There's a lot of tough patterns in that. 6.7 stars too. Again, just like last time, I suppose with Flask.
I mean, we're having a casual discussion about spinners, and just Varvalian out of nowhere puts on a performance for us while we weren't even watching.
Also, I suppose Eterna
rude of
putting
us.
performance on Hard Rock.
Crazy stuff, oh man, and once again, it's only the warm-ups. We saw the same thing happen last match, and it's happening again.
Well, we got a moment of downtime. Let's take a look at what we can expect these teams to pick. Now, the Romanian team in qualifiers, of course, they placed top 16. Their highest performance was on No Mod, where they placed 9th. On the Japanese side,
Romania are looking pretty solid overall.
Yeah, they were very, very balanced. There wasn't really one standout score because they were all pretty good. I mean, 12th on Hidden as well. A lot of opportunity. On the Japanese side, though, there was a peak of 6th on Double Time.
Yeah, I did mention it earlier that Japan are looking pretty strong on Double Time, lacking a little bit behind in Hidden, but the other skill sets are also fairly strong, based on the qualifier results at least. Obviously, any team is, capable of more than just beyond what the qualifiers say. So as the maps do change and the styles change, we're going to see teams opting for mods which might not look favourable based on the qualifier results.
It's also, I suppose, what we were talking about before. It's a different scenario. It's not can we do our best, it's can we beat the other team.
Yeah, exactly. You're competing against a team rather than competing against yourself.
It can be a big change to mindset, a big change to nerves as well. Might have even been nerves that decided their qualifiers placement. 4 new team members for Japan. Although saying that, there's 3 new team members for Romania. Getting to Japanese warm up.
And a nice song.
Nice relaxing song.
After Wind does find a miss on that slow slider there. Bit of a rough one to read on sight read.
We do, though, kind of get to see what Badu does best.
Yeah, Badu's just doing Badu things, and I mean, considering this is most likely a sight read of him, this is pretty insane, especially the accuracy as well, 99.84.
One of the best aim players in the game, also one of the best technical players in the game. Came out of nowhere a year or 2 ago, and has just been setting score after score since.
You got Con cursor dancing all over the place. pretty much living up to the spun out mod at this point, just, you know, spinning around everywhere. It appears that Camo might be experiencing some technical difficulties, but at least we're getting that all sorted out throughout the warm-up. Better than now than in the match. That would be the worst time for that kind of thing to happen.
Oh, he hits those cursor dancing. Impressive.
So once again, we're seeing another crazy warm-up performance from Badu specifically. Valiant also building a high combo on this map so far, but what is Badu doing right now? Considering I'm expecting this to be a side read. I'm going based on the fact that I don't think he would have played this map. But what is this? What is this person? What are they doing right now?
Nah, I think this might be a map that Bado's ran across before. Just because he's played most of the maps in the game. Especially in the style that he's used to, that he's comfortable on.
I mean, even with some sort of practice behind him, this is an insane performance on a map like this. And as you said, he is one of the best aim players and technical players, so you're borderline combining the two on a map like this. But like with this accuracy as well, 99.85? Following pretty much all the sliders, having no troubles whatsoever.
Has to be said, an early miss on Valvalion, but he's bringing his combo back. Proper warm-up for him.
And once again, we see another warm-up where a player goes full OWC mode. Badu getting 3 100s and a full combo on that map. What just happened, Boberman?
Badu happened. That's really all that needs to be said about that.
Badu happened. But we will be getting into the rolls very shortly. So Badu has rolled an 87 and Shiraha has rolled a 14. So Japan will have the option to pick whether or not they want to ban first or second, and then Romania will get to choose whether or not they want to pick first or second.
Got the 14 maps to pick from, plus the tiebreaker on your screen.
What are you thinking when it comes to the bans, Wolfman? Do you think the qualifier results are going to say something about that? Do you think we're going to see maybe a hidden ban from Japan?
I would expect one. I would say it's almost definite that Hidden is going to get taken out of the pool, especially against this Romanian team. Especially up against Badu, who's good with reading, good with the slower maps. And the more technical maps. I think on the other side, Romania are going to look to ban something from double time, something faster.
Yeah, obviously with Japan having some strengths and weaknesses displayed from the qualifiers, you might see some targeted bans and picks going on here. As for Romania, it's really hard to say what Japan would want to ban besides one of their weaknesses, you know, like they're not particularly banning against Romania because Romania are pretty consistent across everything, at least if you're following the qualifier results, but I would say the same thing for their team in general. Like regardless of whether or not you're looking at the qualifier results, these players are capable of pretty much anything, which is why it makes them so scary this year. Like when you've got a very well-rounded team, as strong as Romania, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. Japan, on the other hand, do have strengths in specific places, which they will be able to utilize in the later rounds.
I suppose it's like you said about the Australian team. They have very strong strengths. Hard Rock, DT, possibly even No Mod if they find the right maps.
Yeah, definitely one of those situations where it's probably going to be map dependent as well, but nonetheless, strengths which they can play to. And obviously in this tournament you will have the opportunity to ban out some of your weaknesses or things that you just wouldn't want to play.
That's interesting. Romania choose to take out Hidden 1. And on the other side, Japan for Hard Rock 1.
I must admit, this is definitely a polar opposite of what we were expecting from the bans.
That's almost exact opposite.
Well, nonetheless, those are the bans. So maybe Romania not looking too hot on Hidden 1. It is a very different map from the qualifiers. That is for sure. As for Hard Rock 1, not really much to say about it. It's a pretty standard map overall. Japan probably not looking to play it against a team like Romania, seeing as they are very favoured towards Hard Rock, I would say. Hard Rock and No Mod being their specialty. But strong overall.
Will be DT2, the first pickup from the Japanese side. Seisen Spectacle, 230 BPM.
Good
Quite
song.
heavily stamina focused. Good song. Lots of streams.
Yeah, a lot of burst streams. Around 230 BPM. It's going to be a test of stamina on this one in particular, but definitely room for error on the aim as well. One of the older maps in the pool, which doesn't quite feel like it's aged. You know, it still feels like a standard map. It's not one of those ones where you're like, yeah, this definitely feels like a 2012 map or a 2013 map kind of thing. Just a nice map overall.
Of course, already stated in the chat. Oh, cool. The only map I can't play, says Bado. That's tactics. Of course, so a targeted pick. Bado very good at the aim. Technical, finger control, flow aim, but not the fastest player. So they've chosen to target him out. Force him to leave the lobby.
Yeah, it seems like Japan definitely do want to play around with trying to force Badu out of the match, but at the same time, Romania do have players to answer that, so it's going to be their time to shine on this one.
We'll wait for them to start the first map of the match, Romania versus Japan. Seemingly a Japan-favoured pick, this one, according to qualifier results, but we will see. Nothing is ever certain in tournament play.
Oh no, this is danger. Hopefully this isn't a disconnect from the beginning. If so, we can maybe get this restarted. But it might just be, yeah.
No, it was a slow load. Wait for all of the clients to sync up again. We'll get going.
Alright, now that we have Decktopia back in the match, we'll be getting things rolling ever so slightly. All players still holding on to full combo at the moment. A few client hops, but we will get through it. There's going to be a place for misses. This is probably where it's going to be. As you can tell, the map does build up in intensity. Some tricky sections coming up here.
Relatively low OD for a DT map. OD 7 just become 9.1, and Christie with the first miss drops his combo. 7 still survive through this Ki, the first chorus.
As much as you say Christie was the first miss, Valiant actually did miss from the Japanese side as well. Just a bit before that, which we didn't catch on, but that does even things out. 2 players have dropped. It's still in Romania's favor at the moment, but Japan will be having the combo advantage very, very soon. Their accuracies are also very similar. You've got 2 high accuracy on both sides. Christie does find another miss, so we'll be going back to Japan. The Valiant is holding on. Scores are flickering at the moment, but Japan will be taking this one away if they manage to hold on to these combos. It's still close though. Eternum breaks, Vento breaks, Afterwind breaks. That's still too many breaks for Romania though. Japan 2 full combos to 1.
We've also got Valiant with a 500 combo. Sitting in the background, ready to take over. The lead has widened. $200k in it.
Looks like a few players were struggling on that burst back there. Some of these longer bursts are definitely going to call for finger locks. Christie does find another miss. Afterwind as well, responding with another miss. We're going to be seeing this one go to Japan. It's definitely looking very, very close at the halfway point, but after those breaks, it did go well in favor of Japan. They will be taking that one away by about 500,000.
They break the 4 million mark too. They will get their first pick on the board.
2 full combos to 1. Very impressive accuracy from Camo as well. Only 4 100s on that map.
Camo back after a short break away from the game.
I mean, we were talking about how a short break. We were talking about how a short break, you know, sometimes you can run out of stamina or have issues with speed and stamina, but Camo proving us wrong in that regard.
He's done his training. Shook off the rust. Ready to go toe-to-toe with the best.
They're going to be giving Japan a run for their money, without a doubt. So they do take that one away, as much as there was no Badu for that match. I think that was Japan's tactic for this one. Trying to force Badu out of the match, but there isn't really going to be much left to take him away.
Is there going to be a pick from the pool that forces a Japanese player out? Is there a Japanese player that you would want to force out?
It might be possible from the Romanian side, but seeing as they banned Hidden, it's unlikely. I don't think that they're going to opt for Hidden. It's a possibility, but I don't think that they're going to opt for it. Without practice, that map is just... it's so rough. And I mean, with it being left open, both teams would have practiced it pretty well, but even still, it's hard to say how much practice you need to put into it, because that map can call for a lot of mind blocks the more you practice it, so you have to be careful with how much you actually practice it. But we're going to be getting into No Mod 4, which is Oldu Ramvu, the alternating pick. So we'll be seeing Badu back in for this one, which is scary for Japan, that's for sure. He is probably the MVP on Romanian side. We've seen him do some crazy stuff in tournaments this year.
Seen lots of insane FCs. Insane consistency. They make sure it's a map that he can sit in for. Rohulk playing for the Japanese team. He's gonna make a quick switch. And you get the final Japanese player in.
And the real question here is who's going to be single tapping and who's going to be alternating this map. I think there's a few that we definitely know. But are there going to be any single tap chads on this one?
I think we could look out for Delis single tapping this.
Dallas might go for the safe route, that's for sure. I would say single tapping most alternate maps is pretty safe, especially if you have the capabilities of doing so. I know for a fact that when I can actually single tap an alt map, I will be able to aim it a lot better, but maybe that's just because my alternating isn't quite up to par with other players.
And we have two switches. Sykes and A-Blue in for Japan.
I've actually experienced playing against A-Blue on low BPM maps before, and A-Blue is a force to be reckoned with on that kind of stuff. No surprises to see him in on this one.
Quite an interesting contrast to what we see from him in solo play. He's a very, very talented 3-mod player. Lots of approach rate 11 scores, lots of aim scores. So he's got the aim to go toe-to-toe with Bado. He will be single tapping it. So does Dallas.
We've also got Afterwind opting for the single tap as well. Everyone else choosing to alternate or hybrid alternate. See a few single taps coming in from Rohulk, but still alternating on sliders.
Another relatively low overall difficulty map, this one. It is OD8. We're going to be seeing a lot of high accuracies. The timing windows are wider than usual on a map at this difficulty. And Rohulk, the only one to break on that space triple. 1 of 2 in the map. Definitely a difficulty spike. Does mean, however, the Japanese team are in the lead. 4 FCs to 3. Misses again. Can't quite build up his combo again. Although if the blue team keep going as they are, it won't matter too much.
Anything could happen, honestly. When you have 7 players still holding onto full combos, things can get scary very quickly. The tides can just turn almost instantly based on any combo break in this match. I mean, if we see 2 combo breaks from Japan, that's just going to sway things back in Romania's favor. But it's going to need to happen soon if there's going to be any hope for Romania. They are still holding onto 3 full combos. Rohulk is slowly but surely starting to find his call in this map.
Oh, but the first of the 2 space triples gets Shirohama Mommy. Drops his combo, the combo on Rohulk now at 500. He's built up his combo. He's hit the space triple, and now Romania looking like they're going to drag the lead slowly back into their favor. It's going to be slow. It's going to be painful to watch. And it's going to be very close because there's only about a 1/6 of the map left. High accuracies for Romania. If they can hold their combos to the end, this might switch back over into their favor. They might put a point on the board. And A-Blue misses.
With that miss from A-Blue, this is where things are likely to go back in favor.
There's 3 FCs to 2 on Japan. They still have the lead, but the lead is going quickly over to Romania. It's going to flick right at the end. Romania take their pick and put their point on the board.
And this is what I was telling you. The danger of losing 2 of those full combos, despite A Blues being right at the end. Shiro Mamami also only getting 1x100 and a 1 miss. But that just changes things so quickly. The fact that the 3 players from Romania managed to hold on to their full combos for the rest of the map, the 2 breaks from the Japan side, and it just flicks straight back in their favor. They were looking to be zooming ahead, and then it just goes right on back to Romania.
We've got a match on our hands. Not, I think, the first time that's happened. Specifically on Oida Ranvu. We'll see what Japan pick up. They came so close. It might knock their confidence.
Well, both teams taking their pick. I'm going to see what Japan have in mind next. I think we're all pretty curious, to be honest, because both of these teams are looking fairly evenly matched. Obviously, Japan had a little bit of an edge on the double time pick, but I think anything else from this point will most likely be close, and that map in particular was just insane. The fact that it flickered right at the end. Ridiculous. All because of 2 combos breaking right at the end. Despite Rohulk having so many chain misses throughout that map as well. The 3 full combos made the difference there.
Indeed. If the Japanese team keep going with their strategy, they don't. I was going to say No Mod 2 might be their pick, but they instead take DT3, speedy Natsu mapping, Fortin Field. Slightly higher approach rate, lots of repeat sliders in the middle of bursts.
Once again, opting for another double time. Not a bad choice from Japan. They did perform really well on the last one, so I think they're hoping for the exact same performance on this. And despite whether or not this does place Badu in this match, I think they are looking to beat Romania overall. They're not focusing on Badu alone. They're just looking to see what they can play to their strengths.
Of course, we did see Japan place 6th on DT. So as you say, as long as they can outperform Romania overall.
We saw them do really well on Sosen Spectacle, so this map being somewhat similar, not entirely. It's a shorter bursts, but higher BPM, obviously also higher approach rate, as you mentioned. A little bit more focused on some basic control, but these players are more than capable of that, and they've proven that based on their previous DT performances in this match and in the qualifier. Romania are going to need to pull some magic out of the hat in order to take this one away. So far things are pretty even. Accuracy advantage to Romania. Sykes is going to be the first one to break for the Japan side. Royally also following up with another one. Things are still pretty even.
No real advantage to be seen. Very slight combo advantage for Sykes, but his accuracy lets him down somewhat. They are going to take the lead, Japan, off the back of that 50 combo Sykes has over Roly. Few hundreds here and there. Lead relatively similar. It flickers a little bit, Roly misses. His combo is now gone. Sykes has free reign. Can build up that lead.
Looking to go back in Japan's favor. despite the high accuracies coming in from Camo and Eternum. Cheryl, my mummy, and Vivalion both holding up to 99s as well. Getting into the break, players do get to see where they're sitting right now.
Badu not happy with Broly. The equivalent of your captain shouting at you mid-match to do better. Obviously, there's nothing he can do, but there is something that...
The tides are turning, though. Vivalion and Vento have both dropped their combo. The score is going back to Romania once again, right at the end of the map. This is another situation where 3 full combos on the Romanian side are going to pull them through. Those misses from Vivalion and Vento came at the worst time. Eternum does happen to break, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Vivalion finds another chain miss. It's too late. Japan have lost their double time pick. All because of the 2 misses that happened at the end. It was almost looking to be a similar situation to Olduvranvu, where Romania had 3 full combos once again, but Eternum did end up breaking near the end. Once again, stellar performance from Camo with 99% full combo. I mean, the break is just not phasing him at all.
That will be a break point that Romania take. Thank you very much. We'll put it on our board. And they're now in control. They get free choice. A lot less pressure on them. As long as they win their points, they're going to take this without a tiebreaker. What do you think we're going to see? Slower map. No mod 1, no mod 5.
I think we might see Variable coming out sometime soon. No mod 1 is also an option as well. But interestingly enough, that might be a good call for them, seeing as I think it was Japan who banned the Hard Rock 1, right?
It was Japan that banned Hard Rock 1. Hidden 2.
We're going to be seeing Silver Orbit in action.
Get to see some reading on full display.
This is going to be one of those situations where you're going to see a few players on each side really, really struggle with this map, but other players just do crazy things on this map. I feel like Air 8 in particular on Hidden is always going to be one of those skill sets where unless you have a team that's, you know, capable of playing pretty much anything, you're going to have a few outliers.
Yeah, you can either play it as a team or you can't, and you rely on one combo, maybe 2. Who are those players going to be, I wonder, that get the combo on this map? Or are they all going to? Have they practiced? Of course, approach rate 8 something you can practice and memorize. Make sure you know how the map goes so you can not get tripped up by any of the approaching rhythms, aim patterns.
And without a doubt, this map is one of the maps which requires probably the most practice, but once you get the practice in, it's pretty straightforward, honestly. A lot of teams in this tournament shouldn't have too much trouble, but again, if you're not too fond of Air 8 Hidden, you will struggle on this, regardless of practice.
An interesting thing to note, Rohalkin for this, I'm not aware of how good he is on approach rate 8 now. He's very, very well known for his hidden hard rock prowess. Didn't really have the ability to read approach rate 8.
Yeah, he did happen to play a lot of hidden hard rock, but I mean, I remember a long time ago he was talking about tutorial, like some sort of, you know, practice routine, and he always used to play like AR8, OD10 or something. So maybe some of that has stuck with him, but it really depends on how long it's been since that time. And especially on Hidden, it's a completely different story from playing no mod. a very rhythm-heavy pick on the Air 8 hidden. Karada going to be the first one to find a break. Dectopia also responding with another miss on the Japan side. A lot of really tricky patterns and rhythms that you need to pay attention to in this one. In particular, Camo is going to find a break on the Romanian side. Badu currently holding onto an SS. Rohawk also with high accuracy, sitting on 99.6. As I do say, that does happen to break and drop that accuracy ever so slightly. Japan are still holding on to their combos, as well as Romania. Camo is slowly but surely building up a combo. Rohawk having a little bit of trouble. Both Rohawk and Camo having a lot of trouble finding their comfort zone on this map. Karada gets another miss. Managed to hold on to quite a decent combo. We are at the halfway point. Shiro My Mommy and Konkon both dropping their combos as well though. That is going to change things very quickly, especially with Badu still holding on to the SS. Dectopia is the only high combo from Japan, not even a full combo, against two full combos on the Romanian side after win. And Badu getting into a slow section. You're going to see that score change drastically. It's going back in Romania's favor. Japan have pretty much no combos besides Dectopia. We're going to need to see Badu and Afterwind miss right here, right now, in order for anything to go back in their favor. And with Dectopia breaking for the Japanese side, it might be over for them. There's just not enough combos on their side at all. Pretty much every player on the Romanian side would have to, you know, have a heart attack or something. We're going to need to see combo drops and accuracy drops non-stop in order for anything to happen, but I think it's going to be a pretty convincing victory for Romania on their pick. Both Afterwind and Badu definitely showing their strength on this map here though. Badu does happen to drop the SS. Oh, and Dectopia actually didn't happen to break, that was a client issue, but despite holding on, Romania still had the two full combos, and that is what carried them through to get that 3-1 victory. Badu with a 1x100, Afterwind also getting a nice full combo for the Romanian side. Dectopia doing their best despite the early miss, managing to hold on as long as they could.
Very impressive display from Badu. There's a lot of tricky rhythms to read. And they'd be tricky even on a higher approach rate. So to get that sort of accuracy on AR8. And it continues. As long as Romania take their picks, they're going to take it without a tiebreaker. Japan, where do they go?
It's definitely hard to call that one. I think maybe diving into free mod or hard rock might not be a bad option for them. I think perhaps they have the ability to overmod. But at the same time, the Romanian side definitely do have players capable of overmodding themselves. I mean, picking free mod is a dangerous game, especially when you've got someone like Rohawk on the opposing side, who can pretty much just slap on hidden hard rock and do it on anything. so far he hasn't really been having the best of performances in this match. We've seen him having a few random misses occurring all over the place. He is probably in for a lot of the maps which he wouldn't particularly like to be in for, but nonetheless, it's going to be interesting to see where they do go. What is the next pick for Japan?
Free mod 1 is their pick.
As I mentioned, they are diving into free mod. Going to be interesting to see what kind of mods we see coming out of this one. Obviously, Japan are going to be rocking a few hard rocks. Probably a hidden or two.
Definitely predict hard rock on Valiant if he comes in for this, which he does. Where's the hidden going to be? I think the hidden's going to be Vento, maybe Dectopia.
I think, honestly, probably on Shiro Mommy. But any of these players are capable of modding or even over modding.
I think we're going to see hidden on Vado for Romania. Of course, with these free mods, with this new free mod rule, have to have one hard rock, can be hidden hard rock. Have to have one hidden only, and that can't be hidden hard rock, so there must exist hidden only. Seeming like the Japanese side misunderstanding the rule. Perhaps not practicing with hidden. We do see some over modding. Hidden hard rock for Dectopia, hidden hard rock for Vento, for Afterwind as well. Could even be a match on mods. We'll see Rolly join them, I'm sure.
When you've got two powerhouse teams, you've got to wonder who was the one to make the first call when it comes to mods. Who forced which team? Or maybe both teams have practiced the overmod strat. Because we did say before that, you know, in most of these cases, teams are going to mod match. So let's say, for example, Japan put on all their mods, so Romania felt the need to do it regardless of whether or not they've practiced hard with these mods. But I don't doubt that both of these teams have practiced with the mods that they've got right now. And I mean, obviously we see that Romania are down one hidden hard rock. But that is the slightest difference in mods, so regardless, should still be pretty close in terms of score, no matter what happens.
Double tapping in the World Cup, Vado? Come on. Make sure he hits that stream, but at a cost to his accuracy.
Could be another one of Japan's strategies as well. I mean, as much as Bado's in for this match, we're not going to see him get close to an SS like we did on the last map, so not a bad option. You know, he is, after all, on a mod, so him having that accuracy disadvantage is going to play to their favor. Afterwind did happen to break earlier as well, so right now, Japan are looking pretty comfy, but we have seen it change very quickly, so anything is possible.
Yeah, this is the same situation as most of the other maps that Romania have gone on to win. 4 FCs to 3, and then Japan just kind of lose it at the end, but Eternum drops his combo with the hard rock. Shiro My Mommy follows up. That's the hidden gone from Japan. Have to win with a strong combo.
trade off a hidden and a hard rock FC. Afterwind also finding another miss there. It's not looking good for Romania at the moment. They only have 2 full combos, which is definitely something different from what we've seen in the previous maps. Victopia, Varvelian, and Vento all still holding on very strong. As I mentioned, Shirahama is actually rocking the hidden this round.
He's had a lot of reading practice this year. He's done some very good easy plays, especially in tournament. Players will get to see the state of the match. Some really tough aim patterns, especially on hard rock. Afterwind drops again, as does Eternum, but Japanese team looking strong, and even if they fall apart now, it won't matter too much. They're in the lead. Vento drops.
I mean, you say even if they fall apart now, but if all of those combos were to break, it would change. But
they'd have to drop a lot of accuracy.
Yeah, they're definitely zooming away with that one. 700, almost 700,000 points, and they'll be taking
4 100s for Varvelian. Just the one miss for Delis.
Incredible accuracy from Dallas, and Varvelian also with the 4 100s on hard rock. Very well played by the Japanese side.
Playing on home soil. It was a Delis map. And so we move to Romania's pick. A second point on the board for Japan. They're going to need a break point. Possibly even 2 if they don't want to go to tiebreaker for themselves.
The thing is, as well, this gives Romania the opportunity to pick around Badu once again. I think Variable or Jinchinois are definitely going to be 2 picks we're looking out for. Carnation is also an option as well. I don't think they're going to be opting for Ultra players.
They take DT1 after winning on Fort and Field. Some confidence in DT now. I am still incredibly surprised for Ultra players hasn't been picked.
Sad song again.
Japanese pick.
Maybe this is Romania's strategy. Trying to get Japan to cry during the match.
Tactical blinding.
Assuming they're not already doing it themselves. Tactical blinding. That's a good one. But we cannot encourage this.
Always aim your Nerf guns away from people's faces, never at the eyes.
Stay clear of onions at all times.
I was trying to think of a third, but I don't have one. I'm sorry. I let that one go.
Or I guess in this case, try not to cry during Ring of Fortune. But as we do get into this map, probably not going to see too many misses in the beginning. As much as that has been the, as I say that, it has been the theme of every single time this map has been played, but Shirahama is going to be the one to get the first miss early. Misses are definitely expected in the next 200 combo or so when things do start to ramp up a bit. Rolly is going to be the first one to miss for the Romanian side. It's going to look to send things back in Japan's favor very soon if things do manage to remain the way they are. Both Valiant and Eternum. Yeah, they're trading misses on pretty much the exact same jump. Scores are evening out once again. It's flickering back and forth. It's going back
in be the
favor
advantage.
Of Japan.
The advantage on Shirahama Mommy against Roly. It's a straight 1v1 between Eternum and Varvalion. And there's two other players that match each other. Into the second chorus. Roly is the first to miss in this chorus. Combo is gone, and now Shirahama and Mommy can take the lead Japan have and run away with it. Maybe a misfire from Romania on this, but again, we've seen the storyline of this match. 2 or 3 FCs on the Romanian side holding strong to the end.
I also want to take a moment to point out Camo's accuracy. I'm going to do that in the break because
thank you for not mentioning his SS.
But yeah, still 99.9. He has been the MVP on double time maps so far. Both Badu and himself have been trading MVP throughout this match. But it looks like they're both going to be in that situation now. Varvalion finds another break, which I think is late enough into the map that it should be okay for Japan. The score is going to get pretty close. With A-Blue missing as well. That's not looking good, but it's still going to go in their favor. They held on long enough and managed to take that one away.
Did you see that spin? That's the spin of a player who's just missed the last note of a map. 3-3, a break point. Misfire from Romania. You're going to even it back up again. And now there's no more double time. 1 pick left for both teams. They're going to get it. The only eventualities here are a 5-3 or a 4-4 tiebreaker, and we will be seeing Score to Triss be played. Japan have options. They've got Dynasty, they've got Mephisto. Variable for Ultra players.
I must admit, I think Mephisto might be a really, really good option for them for the moment. That or maybe Dynasty. For Ultra players is also up for grabs. But I think right now the picks are pretty clear on both sides.
The reason I'm looking at for Ultra players, really, yeah, Mephisto is picked up by Japan, but the reason I was looking for Ultra players, they picked Seisin Spectacle to get Bado out of the room.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. They're looking to try and either force Badu out or at least make him a little less scary based on an accuracy thing. But they are opting for Mephisto, going for free mod once again. Probably looking to overmod this one, but could be a mod match.
As they've proven themselves on the Hidden Hard Rock, they could take it again. Slightly more mechanically intensive this one, but slightly slower. So relatively similar in difficulty, I would say. Do you think Romania are going to pick up Hidden Hard Rocks instead of Hard Rocks only?
I definitely think it's possible that we might see Rohulk jump in for this one, seeing as this is a map which you'd most likely see him on, especially for Hidden Hard Rock. They might try and go for a mod match or even an overmod on themselves. Although we could see some safer picks. Anything is possible on this one, but I think this is a bit of a scary pick because Badu is definitely capable of playing this BPM. For Ultra players might have been a better choice as you mentioned, but even still, I don't think this is bad for Japan. They did really well in the last free mod. They have the potential to do well on this one as well. But you've got Badu and Camo in for this one, and those two have been the MVPs for a lot of maps in the past for Romania. So I think they're looking to do the same thing again. Two very, very scary faces on the Romanian side.
Of course, we're dead even. We're in a best-of-3 shootout. Show your support for your team. Who do you want to win this? Let us know. We're seeing, interestingly, 3 Hard Rocks without no fail. So if they drop at the end, they fail the map, their score's not going to count.
Yeah, the lack of no fail is definitely a scary thing. I mean, the fact that you can now basically cause your team the victory if you happen to drop all of your HP at the end. That's going to be a big difference maker if it does happen to happen.
Concon drops already from Japan.
It's looking to be a bit of a misfire, but Camo does respond with a miss. Sure, my mummy also drops as well. Eternum finding a break. There's breaks all over the place. Vivalion is the only person still holding on for the Japan side.
There's Con again. 2 FCs to 3. 2 FCs to 1.
Oh my goodness.
Slight client bug.
That is client.
But that was a legitimate break on Vento. They're lagging behind slightly. They're about 100k. Small deficits. Yohama Mommy breaks again, and Con.
These chain misses from Japan are not looking good at all. This is not what they need right now.
There's lots of uncharacteristic misses. And it's looking like it's going to be another break point. Something drastic has to happen to the Romanian team, and they're looking settled in the groove.
Yeah, I mean, despite Vivalion's full combo with Hard Rock, Badu, and Afterwind managing to carry the Romanian side through that one, taking away Japan's pick, which puts them in a very sticky situation.
Indeed, they now have to break point. The Romanian pick, whatever it ends up being, have they saved something for the end? Have they kept something back for their last resort? Because if you end up picking all your 100% win picks early on, the picks you know you're going to win on, all that's going to be left is things that are a toss-up. And you see Junshin always, for Ultra players, variable dynasty to pick from.
Not many maps left, but definitely a lot of options for Romania. You gotta wonder whether or not for Ultra players... Yeah, you gotta wonder whether or not for Ultra players would have been a better alternative for Japan, but maybe it's just a map that they weren't keen on. After doing well on free mod, I think Mephisto was something that was in their eyes. They really wanted to try it out again and see if they could do well. I mean, a few uncharacteristic misses happened, and I would say probably in practice they would have done a lot better.
But it's always the case, isn't it? Practice isn't really the same conditions as a match. You go in, you know your team can get 4 full combos. You kind of expect it of yourselves to perform, and when you don't, there's a big confidence knock. Romania opting to take Carnation. No mod 5. Gonna be AR 8.5. Lower approach rate, a lower BPM than Mephisto. But a very similar map. We're going to be seeing streams. We're going to be seeing slower streams at 1/3. Direction changes, sometimes on offbeats. You need a lot of reading, a lot of control. Romania, we've seen it from them. And now we need to see it from Japan, or else It's going to be a 5-3. And it's going to end up in Japan, in the lower bracket. Romania have Afterwind, Bado, Rohulk in the lobby. Dallas, Vento, Dectopia, and Varvalion are in for Japan, ready and waiting. Camo joins. Been a big MVP for his team.
And for what could be potentially the last map of the match, we may see a tiebreaker though. Japan have to pull something out on Romania's pick.
We know they can. We've seen breakpoints before.
They've been trading picks back and forth all match, yeah.
Let's get into it. 160 BPM. Completely comfortable for all of these players. OD8. Accuracy is not a major issue, but it will come into play. The changes in rhythm, changes in speed. Everyone hitting the intro this time.
Once again, this map is pretty much just another situation of calm before the storm.
And here comes the storm, the streams coming in. First Ki Vento, the first to miss, followed by Shiroha My Mommy. Full combo still for Romania. Vento misses again, but that won't matter too much. He's already dropped his FC. Not a massive combo reset. And in again to the streams. Everyone hitting the first set. The jumps, not catching anyone. And Vento misses again on the stream. Can he keep it together till the end of the map now? He needs to gather himself back up. Focus in on these streams again. Still, 4 full combos. Could this have been their pick that they held out? That they saved for their last resort? The surefire, we're not going to tiebreaker. Into a 1/3 section. The streams. The speed slows down. The spacing increases, but the speed you have to move over the streams stays relatively consistent. Vento caught out again. Cannot keep his combo going. Everyone else hits that section. The speed up, the accuracy. Dectopia and Varvalion both drop, and there's no FCs for Japan. Their only hope, Shiroha My Mommy, their captain. But is it really a hope? Is the lead too far? It's 1,000,000 points. Rohulk, the first miss on Romania comes out in the last 100 combo of the map, and that will be the only miss for them. That was their hidden bullet. That was their surefire, we'll take this point.
That was pretty much their hidden gem. I mean, they pulled that out of nowhere. The fact that 3 of them managed to full combo it once again, we saw a similar performance from how they were performing at the beginning of the match. Rohulk only happened to miss right at the end, and Japan just had no chance on that at all. But nonetheless, a very, very solid performance from them. 5-3. And 2 teams in the middle seed. I mean, it could have gone either way. These 2 teams were trading picks back and forth. They are both very, very strong teams, as we've seen. And it's not over for Japan either. They may be in the losers bracket, but they're definitely capable of doing some things later on.
We could definitely see them make a comeback to run for top 8, as they did last year. Strong team, strong players.
But as Romania do win that one, they are going to be facing off against Poland. Now this is going to be a rivalry match in round of 16. This is going to be partially Poland's revenge for group stage, you know?
I can't wait to watch that one. That one's going to be absolute belter.
Crazy match. And then you've also got Japan versus Spain in the losers bracket, so another interesting match ahead. But yeah,